As new substitute teachers come in, I get a lot of people asking me, what should I bring as a substitute teacher? Do I need anything, or will everything be provided? This is a great question. This is a 2026 edition. So a lot of these are going to be the same as my other videos, and that's okay, because a lot of them are going to be repeat, and that's okay. But I am a strong believer that you should bring something. And the reason I say that is because you definitely want to make sure that you are over prepared. And I'm not telling you to like bring your house. Like, no, you don't have to bring that much stuff, but you want to bring things that will be essential to you. Now, I have some things that I'll show you with the camera, but I don't have everything, and that's okay because I'm not where I usually film. So I had to pull things, and that's okay. So the first thing is a bag. Use whatever you feel comfortable using. If you're a man, you probably don't want to have a tote or a purse. Understandable. But anyone can carry a tote, a briefcase, a backpack. And the one that I use is called Fokdod. I got this off of Amazon. I believe it was $19.99, and this is my favorite thing that I've like ever bought myself. I still use it to this day. I'm not substitute teaching anymore, but I love this bag for like my YouTube things and stuff. So it's amazing. The pockets are, it's so big. I have a book in there. You could barely see it. The like other pockets are just so big, and it's so nice. And so if you want to treat yourself as a new substitute teacher, get yourself a nice bag. That was only $19.99 on Amazon, and I freaking love it. So some core essentials that I would think that you would need is a pen. I luckily had my pen. I'm in love with Bic pens rather. I don't know why, just I love them. And I have like 1,000 of them, and you will find them all over the place if you would know me. So pens, highlighters. I specifically love these Sharpie highlighters. They're like bright, fun colors, and I also love bringing pencils. I bring pencils, not that I use them, but I also just bring them in case a student needs them. And like I said earlier, you never know what you need. And I've had teachers lock up their desks, so I can't even get a student a pencil. So I would just suggest bringing some, even if it's like 3, who cares? Just try to get them back because they will take them. If you're anything like me and someone gave me a pen, I would keep the pen. But anyways, those will be super handy, and I will tell you that in a little bit. But other things that could be handy to you are like sticky notes, note cards. I'll tell you that too in a little bit. You definitely want to be carrying a water bottle. You want to be having snacks with you. That's so essential. And your lunch. I say that's essential because you are going to get so darn hungry that you are just going to feel like you're going to eat the world. So bring something for yourself so that way you can hold yourself over until it's lunchtime. Oh, you know what I forgot? Okay. I forgot my clipboard. I love this clipboard. This is another thing from Amazon that I got so long ago. And I love this because I put the roster on here. And not only do I put the roster on here, I put the lesson plan. So, and I walk around and make sure that the kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I have like also have the while you were out sheet to the teacher. So if I see something or someone comes in late, I can write, oh, Marcus was late today. He came in with a pass at 10:56 a.m. Whatever the scenario. It's right in my hands. I don't always have to go to the desk to rely on me writing. It's just, I can stand there in front of disruptive kids, write things down, and you're good to go. That is, I think, a necessity. Other necessities would definitely say notebooks. Bring a notebook. So I love to bring notebooks because if you get bored, and sometimes you do, you get bored, or you have a planning period and you're not covering a class, it's just like fun to write things down in a notebook. Like, you know, it doesn't even have to be work related. Like, I would be like, oh, I need to go grocery shopping. So I would write down like a grocery list. Sometimes I had a song stuck in my head and I would literally just write song lyrics. Or like, I saw something on Instagram that I liked when I had free time and I was like, ooh, I want to buy that later. So it doesn't have to be school related. The other thing you could do if you do want it school related, which this came very helpful for me, if you have a class that's super disruptive, or you just have a student who's really disruptive, annoying to you, and you're like, oh my gosh, this child, write their name down and like write the class. And then if you're like in middle school and high school, so you only see them like once a day, write their name in there. And this should be confidential. So you're not like going home being like, Alexa Watts, like, you know, like he shouldn't see that. Your husband shouldn't see it or anyone, but write it down. And then when you're going over 3 days later and you're going through the roster of who's in the class, and you're like, wait, I recognize this name. You're like, oh, that kid was so bad. Then that way, you know that you're mentally prepared for that student to be in your class. And it's nice to just be prepared for yourself that way. So you could do that with a notebook. And also a planner is super important. You can probably tell when I'm filming this. So I like to just write things down in my planner. So like if I knew I was being in for a certain teacher, I would write that down. And I would write all of the teachers down, and if I had a half day, whole day, whatever it was, that way when like pay stubs came, I was able to be like, okay, that's correct. You would want to have some class management must-haves. Now, this one might not be something that like will fit in your bag for the most part, because a lot of them are strategies like your clap. If you're in elementary school, you can do like, if you can hear me, clap 5 times. But some things would be incentives. So one thing that you can do is, it's on Amazon too. You can get like a sub pass. They're like note cards, or you can just have a note card. And when the students do something well, you can punch off, like hole punch it, kind of like if you go to a coffee shop or somewhere where they like punch. So then all of a sudden, like after this, you get a free drink or something like that. And you can do incentives that way. That one I think is like really cool. I personally never did that. We did like tickets. The school provided tickets, and anytime the students did well or they listened to me, whatever the scenario was, I gave them a ticket. And then with the school, I was subbed in high school, so they would get a prize from like the principal, and it was like actually like legit, like they got like gift cards and stuff. I was like, holy shit, okay, you go principals. But they needed to crack down on behavior, and that was something that did help them, so kudos to that. But yeah, if you have incentives, that would work. I have a video that I did for last school year, and it was Target. So I will link that in the description below so that you can take a look at that, because they have great incentives. And I do want to stress that food, you can take food. However, I would ask if you can have it, because, and what I mean food is like food for the students, because nowadays there's weird allergies. So like, it's not just, oh, she has a peanut allergy, so like make sure you just supplement with pretzels or whatever. Nowadays it's more like gluten allergy. It could be a milk allergy. And if you're anything like me, like I'm still learning like stuff about gluten, and I had worked with a kid who had celiac disease. So like still to this day, when I see him, he's in ninth grade now, but I would see him every once in a while. And I'm like, can you have this cheese? Do you want me to make you something? And he's like, oh no, I'll make it myself because I have my own pots and pans and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay. And it can be very bad for their health, and bad as in hospitalized. So if you are able to just stick to cheap things, doesn't matter if you're in 12th grade or if you're in first grade, cheap things will go a long way for incentives. That was a very long, I'm sorry, that was just overdue. Okay, moving on. Personal care items, I would definitely say, I said it earlier, but just in case you forget, bring your water bottle. You are going to need to hydrate. So important. Other personal care items, like you don't have to, but like you can bring like your toothbrush. A lot of teachers do, a lot of subs do. They're like, okay, I ate lunch, now I just want to brush my teeth, refresh myself, like mints, things like that. Female products, super important. Tech and extras, you're definitely going to want to take your charger. Even if you're not using your phone, you really shouldn't use your phone. But I don't know if you're anything like me where you're not on your phone and you have a full charge battery in the morning and then you're still not on your phone and it's 4 p.m. and your phone is drained and you're like, what the hell? Like, what? I didn't even use it. So you can behind the teacher's desk, there should be always like a plug. You can just plug your phone in and keep it there while you're subbing. I think that's a good idea. Personally, Wi-Fi is weird when you're a substitute teacher. So like I never personally brought my own laptop. You could if you really wanted to. But the Wi-Fi was weird for me. So like I couldn't even get onto anything. So I always just got a laptop that worked with the teacher, with the smart board in the classroom or Promethean board. And then that way I was able to project like the expectations and everything that I needed there. And I have a bonus for you for the 2026 school year. You can add a confidence card, daily affirmation card, or anything that you started out of last year's experience, or if you're brand new, you wouldn't have anything to experience. But a lot of the times, like, and if you view the video I was telling you about at Target, there are a lot of like confidence cards and like things that you can hand the kids, like positive note things. You could do that, or even for yourself, if you are like, I am not confident in this job. I like doing it, but I need more confidence. And you find that like maybe there's a really good quote. You keep the quote with you. I think it's a great idea for throughout the day. Have some affirmations for you to really start your day off and keep yourself going. That way you're not like feeling like you're super overwhelmed with everything. Guys, I really hope that this helps you be prepared for the school year and that you know what to bring. Just remember, I am just a stranger on the internet. I love that you're here. I love that you're watching my video. If there's something that you don't feel like you need, or you're like, oh, you need this, then definitely take it for yourself. You don't have to take it from me. These are just suggestions for you from an experienced substitute teacher and paraprofessional. So just wanted to keep that in mind. Remember, you are a difference maker. I believe in you, and I'll see you in this video.